So let's explore the first mode of the C major scale. I've tuned my guitar down so I have a nice low C, and every note that I'm playing is going to be in the C major scale. But they're all going to relate back to this C. So when I play a D, it creates a ninth or a second against the C. An E, third, beautiful sound. The F, a fourth. The G, of course, a fifth. The A, a sixth. And the B, a seventh. It's a very peaceful sound, and I'm playing only notes in the C major scale, and they're all relating back to home, the C note. I can also play little chords. Those are just 2 notes, now 3 notes. And I can take these notes and stack them in different ways. Let's say I want to use a cluster. Let's say I want to stack some notes in fourths. Again, only from the C major scale. That's a pretty mood, isn't it? That's the mood of the first mode of the C major scale. Now let's do something radical and change our bass note. We're still going to play just the notes in the C major scale. But now every note's changed. Because the D, which was the ninth or the second against C, is now the root. The E is now the ninth. The F, the third. The G is now the fourth. The A, the fifth. The B, the sixth. The C, a seventh. And back to D. That's a very moody sound, isn't it? The second mode of C major. Now let's take this bass note and move it up to E, and let's hear what the third mode, of C major sounds like. Using only the notes in the C major scale, but the way they relate to the bass note changes each note's function, its role. The C, which was the root, is now the sixth. The D is the seventh. The E, of course, the root. The F, the flat nine. The G, third. A, fourth. B, fifth. And back to that sixth, which was consonant, but now it wants to resolve. That has certainly a much darker and moodier sound than our first mode or our second mode. Let's go to the fourth mode, and we're going to take this E and move it up to an F. Again, we're just playing only the notes in the C major scale. So we've seen how adding this modal concept makes the C major scale suddenly become powerful and huge and have many, many different kinds of sounds. Now we're going to hear them over F, and they're going to sound real different. Very mysterious sound. Let's go to the fifth mode with a G in the bass. It's kind of a happy feel, doesn't it? And I think we recognize this a little bit because the fifth mode is what we hear a lot in funk tunes, in blues tunes, where we're on a one-chord vamp for a long time. We're still using just the notes in the C major scale, but creating a different mood again. Let's take the G up to an A. Let's listen to this sound. Again, all the notes in the C major scale, the sixth mode of C major. Very minor feeling. And we're here in a scale that we know as the natural minor scale sometimes, but it's simply the sixth mode of C major. And finally, let's take our string up to B. Let's see how low that E string can go. Now we're in the seventh mode of C major. So in the seventh mode, Oh. Very dark, Spanish ethnic sounding, if you will. Again, it's all C notes as they relate to the seventh note in the scale, creating the seventh mode. So we've talked a little about what modes are, we've talked about what modes aren't, and we've examined the modes of the major scale. And what you got, I hope, from what I played of the modes was a sense that they were moody, and they didn't really sound particularly jazzy, did they? They sounded more folky, or maybe like classical music, or maybe some had a Spanish sound and some had maybe an Arabic or Eastern kind of sound. And the truth is that modes and modal playing is, in its most traditional application, a vamp kind of sound. It's one bass note and the mode on top of it creating a mood. Jazz players historically, Miles, Herbie, Train, and so many others, Pat Martino, John McLaughlin, loved that moody bluesiness of folk music, of world music, and wanted to bring it into jazz. And so what they began to do was take this modal concept, but instead of sticking to one mode for a tune, they might go through many modes in a tune. So that's why it's essential to learn how to change keys fluidly and to change modes fluidly, from the modes of a C major scale to the modes of a G major scale to the modes of an E flat major scale, maybe eventually to the modes of an F sharp melodic minor scale. So learning how to move fluidly within keys is going to be an important way that we take this modal concept and apply it to our jazz vocabulary.